Thank you for joining us today. Here we have some rims and tires. These I got off Amazon because we have a CC01 build going on. And it needs some wheels and tires. And to be honest about it, I couldn't justify buying a really nice set of rims for it and tires because that'd be putting us up to about $150 for a set of wheels and tires. The CC01 costs about $150. So at that point, it'd be like the equivalent of putting Racing Heart C5 wheels onto a old Chevette. So, to go another route here, I decided to buy these wheels and tires off Amazon. I got these as a package off there for about 40 bucks shipped. So, how good are they? That's the big question. The tires themselves are a Dick Krepick knockoff. Apparently, I'm willing to bet these aren't a Mud Country license. Then again, they might be. I don't know. There's no tire manufacturer brand on them or anything like that. But you know what? The rubber on them is reasonably soft. So what I'm going for here is just a trail rig, a small lightweight trail rig. So this may be a good tire for that. I mean, we're going to see a combination of loose dirt, mud, a little bit of mud, not a lot, some rock. So maybe this will be the tire that does good on that because it's not too soft. So I got 4 of those in foams in them. The foams themselves that come in these, you know what? They're not bad, actually. I have felt foams from the big name manufacturers that is a lot worse than this, a lot softer and not as dense, and not as returning to its shape. So, set these aside. And like I said, they're no name. I don't know who actually made these. They came in a plastic bag. As far as the wheels, they have no name on them either, other than they say 110 scale model car wheel, 26 millimeter. But it's not a bad looking wheel. But no name on the back either, other than down the bottom it says ROHS, made in China. These came from Amazon as well. Let's take one out of the package and get a look at it. Now, these wheels do have some weight to them. I'm going to be honest about that. These are definitely a wheel with some heft. And here you can see we have the 6 screws around the middle that go through and hold the 2 halves together around a central locking ring. So there is some heft to these, so I don't think you will need to add any wheel weights, but it doesn't feel like too much. I wish I had a scale that did grams so I could actually weigh these, but sadly I do not. What I want to find out now though is how well do these cheap wheels grip onto these cheap tires. So I'm going to put one together and we're going to see how this goes. Something about China wheels that can always be a problem is the hardware. On these right here, we'll see how this hardware holds up. And we're going to use our MIP bit driver here to take out the hardware. I now have the screws out. I don't think I'd have to take them all the way out to actually get the tires on. I think I could take them and loosen them up all the way and have enough room to pull the plates apart. But I did this so I could take it apart and take a look at all the pieces. Here's where the weight comes from, is this ring right here. This is heavy. This is very heavy. The front and rear are not so heavy. So I'm willing to bet if you want to shave some weight and run these this as a lightweight unit, you could actually make this ring out of a piece of PVC and be okay. Anyway, we're now going to go ahead and see how this ring fits into this tire. Tire doesn't want to stretch very well, but that's okay. It'll go in there. Oops, I went too far. There we go. We now have the locking ring sitting inside of the tire. Let's go ahead and put the back on. There we go, pulling the bead up where it belongs. And now we're going to put the front on and try to get this lined up. Get the bead up where it belongs so we can get the front face down in there. There we go. Now let's squeeze it together a little bit, and now we're going to try to get one of the screws in it. Okay, to make life a little bit easier, I put the screw on the nut driver so that hopefully that'll make it easier to get lined up. pushed in there. Now we got to squeeze it tight. We try to get them threads to take a little bit of a bite there. Flip it over here and see how it's lining up. See if we can see it. Okay. Up, hose off just a little bit. There we go. I think after we get one started, the rest will be a lot easier. Nope. Let's try again here. Try to adjust this some. Hey, wait, there we go. Okay, that one started. Now let's try to start another one. Let's go straight across through there. I didn't tighten this one up yet, but I'm going to try one straight across from there. That way it'll even out the load. This one start. Oh, felt like it slipped in. There we go. That one started. Let's see if I can get the other 4 started. Okay, there's another one. These are all seem to be starting right back in nice and easy. It's good to see. Okay, there we go. Now we just got to go around the circle, tightening them. I'm not tightening them all the way at one time. I'm just bringing them down some. That way it's getting a nice even clamp. Make sure that as you go that you check to make sure your bead is still inside the tire, inside the locking ring and the pinch ring. Kind of going in a crisscross pattern here. That way as you tighten them down, it puts even pressure all the way around. This hardware seems to fit this MIP tip very, very well. So that's good. So I was a little worried about it because sometimes this China hardware can be kind of sketchy. Okay, that one's tight. Let's go back to the first one we started with. Tighten it down. Now you could put some Loctite on these. I did not. Sometimes you have problems with them backing out, sometimes not. I want to see how these do without Loctite. So I'm going to run this for probably about, half a battery pack after a shakedown run, and then I'll retighten them. That's once we get to the point of actually being able to put these on our CC01. I haven't even started the project yet because they're still waiting on parts. I ordered some bearings and they have not come in yet, so I'm waiting on those. Actually, to be honest, I kind of given up on those and I went with another company. So, because you can never have too many bearings around the house. Okay, there we go. I'll give them one more pass around to make sure everything's nice and snug. You don't want to over tighten these because they are in aluminum, but you want them nice and snug. And there we have it. We have it fully installed. It grips. Oh man, it grips. It's good to see. Tire fits good. The rim is vented. I'm sure I'll end up venting these tires though, because that way once I do get water and stuff in them, it'll sling out the holes in the tire as the vehicle moves, and that way if you do get water in them too, you'll drain. You can put the hose down and it'll drain out. On my J Concept Scorpios video, we showed how we vent tires there. So if you missed it, you can go back and check it. Or I'll just tell you real quick, I use a really, really fine small point soldering tip and just lightly make a hole in between a couple tread blocks. That way I like using a soldering iron because it remelts the rubber around it and keeps it from tearing. It makes a nice clean round hole. And there's different ways to do it. Some people use drill bits, some use leather punches, all up to you. But I gotta say, I'm really happy with how this went together. This tire, so you can see she's pretty soft. A lot softer than I expected out of a China tire. So, actually put it almost on par with some of the brand name scale tires out there. Let's see how she does once we get her out on the trail. Well, I have 3 more of these to do. Let me go ahead and get those together and see if they go as well as this one did. I am back and I have all 4 tires completely assembled. They went together very, very easy. Beautiful thing about it is after the first one, you just kind of got a pattern down, and it was easy to go. Just had to get one screw started, and then the rest just fell into place. One thing about it I do want to point out is I said earlier that you might be able to just loosen them up and pull the caps far enough apart to get the tire in. You can't really do that because of the way the tire wraps around the locking ring. So you do have to take all the bolts out, but just make sure whenever you put them together that you get the bead sit into the grooves in the face and in the rear. And once you do that, they just slide right in together real easy, and they hold perfect. So these are real easy to do. Just the fact there's only 6 screws made it quick to do as well. I had the other 3 done in about 25 minutes. And that wasn't just working on as hard as I could either. So what do I think? The wheels are awesome. They are a no-name wheel. They kind of look like an aftermarket wheel I've seen out there on some pickup trucks. I can't remember the brand name of them, but they look like those. You see them a lot of times on just mildly lifted trucks. And the tires themselves, they're very good too. I mean, they're softer than I expected them to be, but I don't think they're going to be too soft, which is going to be nice. They have some actual strength in the carcass. On the inside, there is some ribbing around the inside edge of the sidewall. Where the tread is, there is no ribbing on the inside of the tire. So, I think it'll provide good bite. We'll see how they wear and how they hold up. One concern I have is these may be just a little too big for my CC01, but we'll see. If they are, I'll get a smaller tire. But I'm thinking these will fit decent for the look I'm going for. So there you have it. Little cheap knockoff wheels. If you follow along, whenever we get to that stage, I'll put them on the CC01 and we'll add that video to this section. So hopefully that'll be fairly soon if my bearings ever come in. So, whenever you're looking for a cheap wheel, check out Amazon. Places like that. Sometimes you can find a cheap tire and wheel combo that won't set you back a fortune. Now on some other trucks, I do have a lot more money in the wheels, but then again, it's a lot more money in the truck. I thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please drop them below or hit us up on Facebook. You can also find us on Instagram. We post a lot of pictures there, so make sure you check that out as well. And until next time, happy RCing!